while we're here, let's talk about saving money, managing money, keeping money. I always thought that the main goal was make a lot of money. And it is, don't get me wrong, you got to be able to make that cash. How do you make it? By attracting it. My coaches, my teachers have taught me, and it's true because I've applied what I learned, and it is. You have to attract. You better, how do you attract money? By becoming someone who's valuable, someone who's rare, someone who could solve a problem, someone who has solved their own problem. You become valuable and the opportunities will show up automatically. The ideas, the situations, the opportunities. Okay, good, great. Now you're making, I don't know, more than you're making now. We'll just come up with a round number just for fun. Now you're making $1,000 a day. But if, let's take it back. How about when you were making $5 a day? You'd make $5 a day and you spend $5 a day. You didn't know how to manage your money. So guess what? Money makes you more of who you are. So if you're a common, unvaluable, unrare type of person, you're just the others, like common, you're not gonna have the ability to manage money. And we're gonna make it even more simple. Money management is just more advanced. You know, I like keeping things basic, baby steps, saving money. And I used to get kind of buzzkilled about that. Like, why do you save money? I learned how to save money early on, but like, why save money? So you could spend it later. Oh, a little bit of security, a little bit of, there's different purposes to saving money. There's different bags that you save. It's not just one bag. It's one big bag, but inside that bag, you got little bags. You got emergency funds, you got savings, you got investing, and then you got your regular expenses. But if you don't know how to just, that big bag where you just put everything in, making $5 a day, you're not going to be able to manage money when you make $6 a day, $7 a day. You're going to be spending $7 a day. Then when you make $10 a day, you're going to be, we're right here just chatting it up about money management, personal development. You know, welcome in, the everyday guy. Hey, you three that are in here, appreciate you coming in. Lily, F12 Bruce. Hey, make sure to subscribe since you're here. That way you can check out all my other stuff. Because you may like swipe off or take off somewhere and then you'll forget, what was that guy? I wanted to see what he was about. So subscribe, because you could always unsubscribe later. Don't trip. We're talking about managing money, saving money. Main thing on this channel, we talk about just personal development, my journey, and how I'm sharing it on YouTube. And if you're about that journey of living on purpose, becoming the version of you that you respect and admire, you want to start sharing it on YouTube, which I recommend you do. That's what I talk about here. I talk about my journey and how I'm sharing it on YouTube. I don't talk about stuff that only I've learned. I talk about stuff that I learned, that I've applied, and have given me a result. It solved my issues. It solved my problems. I'm living on purpose. I'm making progress. I'm sharing it here. So if you find relatability, whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't know if you heard that, but there is some donut making or of some sorts. Anyways, cool. F12, welcome. What's up, man? Nice to meet you. Thanks for hanging out. So yeah, when I get Wi-Fi and I get time, I do these pop-up lives, and it's just whatever topic just the universe drops on me, whatever my conscience tells me to talk about. Always about personal development. Most of the time, I come on here and I talk about it. It could be 2 minutes, could be 15 minutes, could be 20 minutes. I do them throughout the day. I think this is my third one today. Answer any questions you may have, and if it was meant to be that I fell on your feed, you like what I talk about, we could connect later. Like I said, subscribe. You could always unsubscribe later. It's Kate. If you're watching this on the replay, what's up? You know what you do in the comments. Type in replay gang. Let's go. All right, so we're talking about, if you don't know how to manage $7, you're not gonna know how to manage $10. And if you don't know how to work with, and money management could sound a little too like, oh, he's talking about finances and investing, and no, just don't spend everything you make. Just because you made $10, do not spend $10. Why? It's mine. I understand. But the mindset of that is, you're gonna spend it all, and then when you need something and you don't have it yet, oh no, I get paid on Friday. Don't do that. You're gonna shoot yourself in the foot. Would you rather Have some that don't like you don't you don't even care when you get paid because you got this bag that you could always dig into. Oh, I need 30 bucks. You go to the bag. I don't care when I get paid. I got plenty. Oh, shoot, I need 1,500 bucks. Something went down. I got to go get it. Yeah, you go to the bag. Let's see which bag that's inside the bag am I going to grab that from. Oh, I'll grab it from here. Yeah, shout out to the little brother. And thanks for dropping in, Lil Z. Appreciate you, man. Subscribe, man. You could always unsubscribe later once you find out what we talk about here. If you want. If not, that's cool too. Either way, thanks for the comment. I appreciate you, man. Morgan, what's up, man? You know we're doing this. This is what's up, Morgan. This is my third live today. So if you don't know how to manage those, 10 bucks, and then you have these expenses, like I was saying, you'd be able to go to that bag and say, oh yeah, 1,500, no problem. And then when that one check comes in, I'm like, when is it? Friday, I guess. Yeah, just put it in the bag. It knows where it needs to go. You replace it. But see, it's real simple to do, and money builds up real fast. You get more of what you have, just like you get more of what you put out. So if you know how to manage 10 bucks, I'll tell you, before you know it, you'll have 1,000. You'll have 100 saved. Next thing you know, that 100 is going to turn into 500. Next thing you know, faster than you expect, you're going to have 1,000 saved. You're going to feel different. That's that FU money. That if anybody tries to make you feel some type of way, most everybody does not save. They're living paycheck to paycheck. And you knowing that you got a G sitting back there put away, it just makes you feel different. You sit there on a rainy day and, oh, they're going to cut your hours. Cool. Hanging a trip for at least 1 week, 2 weeks, however much money you got and whatever your weekly expenses are, or monthly, whatever, or yearly. Oh, you know what? They kicked me off this app or whatever. Oh, business got slow. Oh, my business isn't working. It's going. Something happened with the economy. Something happened with some, government bullshit, whatever. I'm good for a while. I got other trickles coming in. I got other money coming in. But you managed when things were good, when things were doing really nice. You were able to manage that money correctly. Now, again, I don't want to use manage because this is not an investing class. This is not this is not like major money management. Nothing. This is basic. Put some of it away, bro. Just have some. So when you need it, you got it. It makes you feel different knowing that you got a few $1,000 put away. But it all comes back to, if you don't know how to manage $7, you're not gonna know how to manage $100. Now you're gonna make a little bit more because you're working on personal development. You're working on becoming better. You're working on becoming rare. Rare is valuable. You're gonna attract more money automatically, whether you like it or not. It's like me telling you, you start dieting, you're gonna lose weight. Are you sure? If I start like tracking my food, I'm gonna lose weight. It's a conclusion. You're doing it for discipline, but it's a foregone conclusion that you're gonna lose weight. Oh, by the way, go a little longer and you're gonna see your abs. What? All you're doing is tracking your food. You're attracting these things. Oh, if you exercise every day, you're gonna elevate your mindset. By the way, bro, sorry to tell you, but you're gonna gain some muscle. You're gonna look fit. You're gonna look like when you go to a sporting goods store and those mannequins they got showing the clothes. You're gonna look like that. Now, but you said I was exercising to elevate my attitude. Exactly. But as a bonus, you're gonna attract muscle. So now you're losing weight and you're gaining muscle. What a concept! Oh my God. Oh, I'll tell you what. When you start managing and saving money, you're gonna. Oh, I'm sorry. One step before that. Because you're now rare and you have more discipline and you have more confidence, because that's what comes with doing the difficult things such as dieting and exercising every single day, no days off. Opportunities are gonna show up out of nowhere. Weird, like $300 is gonna appear in your account. Just like, what? Why? And then you're like, really? That happened? Like, okay, cool. An opportunity of to participate in an app, to start a business. You can get the idea of like, really, I could do that? Yeah, let me give it a shot. Oh, dang, I'm making $50 a month. I'm making $100 a month extra. I'm making $1,000 a month that I wasn't making before. Why? Because you attracted it, just like the losing weight, just like the muscles. Okay, now what? If you don't know how to manage those $50 a month you were making before you started attracting these opportunities, you're not going to know how to manage those 1,000. So you're going to be in bigger issues. Why? Because it's true. More problems, more money. more money, more problems. It's true. Bring on the problems. Because as you elevate, you're going to have bigger challenges. It is. I don't understand why. I don't want to go into that tangent. That'll be for another video, but that'd be a good video for later. Why more problems when you get more money? And it's not even that. More discipline, more problems. More discipline, more challenges. Because you start elevating, you start wanting better for you. So you start doing more difficult things. So you start doing more difficult things, you're not going to tolerate the lower level things. So you're going to have bigger issues. Issues that you didn't deal with before. Dang, just as simple as, I'm hungry. I forgot to go to the market. It's 10 o'clock at night. I'm not gonna go have fast food. Before, you solve the problem like that by going to the drive-thru. Now you gotta put your shoes on, get dressed, and go in the market and actually buy the frozen chicken, make rice, buy your veggies. Dang, that's more money, more problems type of situation. Okay, so now you got a little bit of money. You a little bit extra money that's coming in, more money that's coming in. But because you've been working on yourself, you got different issues. Oh my gosh, you didn't have a car before, but now because you're attracting opportunity, you bought this car with all your money because you don't know how to manage it. Yeah, you're rolling, you're good to go. Oh my goodness, you need electricity or you need gas, you need fuel. You don't got no money, how are you gonna fuel it? Oh my gosh, I need new tires. It's getting rainy and this thing just told me that they're bald and I need new tires. You don't got no money. Oh, I'll wait till payday. Brilliant idea. I hope you caught the sarcasm there. You go and you go get in debt because you don't got no money. Then the next check comes in or more money comes in because of opportunity, because you're doing well. You spend it. Now your interest rate starts stacking. Now you're getting into negative. So that money that you did attract doesn't really mean anything because now you have poor spending habits. Now you're in bad debt. Now on top of that too, you're also, again, paycheck to paycheck because you don't know how to manage your money. Something else goes wrong with the car. Now you need maybe clothes because you leaned up and your clothes is looking all funny. It's looking, you're wearing your big brother's clothes and you're a little kid. See what it all means? And if you don't know how to manage your $5, you're not gonna know how to manage your $50, your $500, your $5,000, your $50,000. Real simple rule. Real simple rule. Live off half of what comes in. Dang, I can't. Okay. Then figure it out. Live off 75% of what you come in. 80%. Grab 10% of what you make. You can figure that out. Your calculator. You're watching this on some sort of a mobile phone. It has a calculator app. Unless you had that genius idea of deleting your calculator, go download it. Grab whatever you make, times it by 10, and then the little percent sign. That's the slash with the two little dots. It'll tell you the amount. That amount, save it. Well, next week, how much did you make? Grab that money, grab 10%, save it. Now, if you have 10, if you're like, I think I could save 20%. Do 20. And save it. And save it. Watch how it starts making you feel. Maybe not the first time you do it. You're gonna be like, that's dumb. That's like $20 or $10 or whatever. However, it doesn't matter. 20%. That's $2. That's nothing. Next week you get paid again. Those $2 turn into $4. Then you have 6. Before you know it, you'll have 12. Whoa. And before you know it, you're gonna have 24. Like, dang, that was quick. And then you're gonna get a hit. I'll tell you what, by this time you're gonna get excited, and instead of saving, you're gonna do 10%. It's like, but I don't have to, I'm not gonna get coffee today. I could throw in an extra $5 plus the tip, $6, $7. I'm putting an extra $6. Ooh, now that 24. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Just turn it to 30. Big jump. Plus the 10 that you put in there, whatever, 35. Got $35. $35. Then it's gonna catch up to what you make a week. Say you make $100 a week. Before you know it, that 35 is gonna go into 70, 80, 102. Like, I got saved up what I make in a week. You're gonna get excited. You're gonna get momentum. You're gonna like the feeling. That FU is gonna start to kick in. That FU money vibe is gonna start to kick in. You're like, it feels good to have that there. I'm gonna turn that into, let's see, if I only do 10%, I wonder if I could do 20%. Now instead of saving $10, you're gonna put in $20 a week. 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, $80 a month. And in one of those weeks, you're like, I'm not gonna get the coffee again, or maybe I can get the smaller cup. I don't know, something. You're gonna do something creative, and that dumb money that you spend, sometimes that maybe I shouldn't be spending that. Maybe I could figure out how to track my food a little bit better. I don't need to buy the whatever. You figure it out. We talk about that in another video. If you got any questions, post them in the comments. Make sure you subscribe too. Subscribe if you're liking this. If you're liking this, subscribe. You could always unsubscribe later if you don't jive with what I'm talking about, if you don't rock with me, whatever. But we talk about personal development here, my journey. I'm not just talking and preaching and stuff. I'm just talking about what I've done that's helped me like hell a bunch. I've made a lot of progress in a bit of time after doing it most of my life and feeling stuck. Now that I broke through because my teachers came, fell on my lap and helped me break through with a couple puzzle pieces that I was missing, one of the things is you got to go share what you're learning. So here I am, encouraging you to start your journey if you're starting to get curious about it. You got curiosity, so now use your courage to start working on yourself. Start elevating, start living on purpose. Start working on your personal development so you can become more valuable. Today, in this particular video, I go live a bunch of times a day. It's like my third, fourth freestyle live stream that we're doing. We call them pop-up lives. We're talking about, it's not about how much you make, it's how much you keep. Because if you don't know how to save making $100 a week or $10 a week, you're not gonna know how to save when you make $1,000 a week. So that's it. I mean, you're gonna feel good after you start saving. Before you know, you're gonna have $180. Then one of those weeks, you're gonna be like, you know what? Instead of just doing $20, 20%, I'm doing $25, $21. You're gonna flip something that you have that's a creativity. It's like, I don't really need this no more. I don't really like. I'm gonna clean out some of my stuff. I'm gonna sell it. You sell it, but instead of going and like, whoa, I got $25 now, I'm gonna go buy some stupid. No, I'm gonna save it. So it's gonna go from 200 to 225. Oh, and then plus my 20%, 245. Oh, I'm almost at 250. I almost got 3 weeks worth of pay saved. That's when you start feeling way different. That's when you're like, hey, this feeling's crazy. I like this feeling. This is a good feeling. That's why it's called F you money. Because no one can take away that feeling from you, because you know that you got a bag. Now you could say, I have a bag. Something goes down, I could go grab something from the bag. Oh, let's go spend $320. No, it'd be dumb. Don't go spend it all. If you need to scrape some from there, if you take $20 out of there, $50, you grab $100. Imagine your whole check. If you make $100 a week, you can go grab your whole check, but yet you're not grabbing your whole check. You're just grabbing the amount of a whole check that you have on the bag. If you need to go buy something that's a little costly, maybe a repair you need to do for something, maybe a program that you're going to buy. Like, I want to learn about this. You start saving your money. For why? So you could spend it later, so you can invest it later, so you can have it ready when you need it. Because life is going to come at you, especially if you start working on yourself. You start realizing that these opportunities, they're not problems, they're opportunities. These challenges, they're challenges, they're not problems. Life just happens. Life is like a pendulum swing. You're going to have good times, you're going to have rough times. In those rough times is where we grow, but we need to be prepared. The more prepared that we are, the more equipped we are to battle and get through these challenges. Can you get through them without it? Yeah, but it's a little tougher. Would you rather go through the rain with the raincoat and the proper boots and covered up, and maybe you got a little bit even more saved up and your raincoat is heated and got all kinds of gadgets in it? Or would you rather go through it in just a tank top? Probably be better if more comfortable. You could pay more attention. You could feel more beasted up. When's the best time to start preparing? 10 years ago or today? Now we got this where we can ask people, it's like, but how'd you do this? Or how do you do it when you only do this? Or where do you start? Or where are you this? That's what we have here. Now, if you want to join a tighter community, I started something, I call it the Mr. Albert Lopez crew. You could go join the crew. The link is in the description once this video go up, or go to my last video. It's also there in that description. The link's already there right now. You go to the live that I did earlier, go to my channel, that's what I'm saying, subscribe. That way you can follow me, check out my other stuff. But if you go to the previous video that I did from this one, in the description you have a link to that group that I started, that crew that I started. You click there, you signed up. Currently, it's $50 a month. It's gonna go up as we build, and you could join that, and that's more where you could ask more questions. Not that you couldn't ask them here. That's why we have the live feed. You could ask here. We can talk about it here. Oh shoot. Or something a little bit that we're trying over there. It seems like it's gonna be really cool, where we do a live call. That's where you ask these questions. I'm having trouble making, how can I save? I usually spend it. How do I do this? How do I do that? And I'll only answer questions that I've done myself. And I've done a lot of these in personal development. There's 5 parts to your life. There's health, wealth, love, spirituality, generosity. I've elevated all of those in my life. Now I'm not nowhere where I expect to be, where my conscience is telling me I need to be, but I'm not also where I was. I'm that one guy that's a little bit ahead, that's enough ahead, that lost 45 pounds, that's building a little bit of muscle, that's improved his relationship with his wife, with his kids, with himself, which is the most important one. I have more discipline than I've ever had. I have confidence, something that I've never had before in my life. I thought I did. I had courage and good work ethic. And I was down to do whatever, but that's not confidence. Confidence is how you feel when you're stripped of everything. That's a great feeling. That's a feeling that I never had. So anyways, that's what we talk about. That's what we will be talking about. The crew's new, the group is new. That gang, we just put that gang together. It's all right. Let's call it a gang. I just started it a few days ago. So if you want to click the link in the description, either this video when it's up or the previous video, the link is there. Go there, go join. We're having our first call next week. If I get any members from here till next Wednesday, we'll have that live call on Wednesday. Otherwise, I'll just push it till somebody signs up, and then we'll start building. I'm telling you, if you sign up right now, you're one of the real ones, one of the new ones. You could go back and forth with questions there. It's a community that I'm trying to build. There's a group where we hang out. I share with you what I did. You got questions. You could bring your questions there, and I'm sure other people. It'll help you because also by asking the question that somebody may be a little embarrassed to ask, or you'll be able to strike a question that we'll be able to talk about. I'll be able to share with you, and it'll be a little bit more like, oh, that's how we did that. How about this? How about this? And somebody else can grab from that. If somebody else gains from your question, you receive the positive karma. You receive the reward because that person gained because of your courage to ask the question. Remember that. So that's how you save money. Remember the importance of saving money. It's not how much you make. It's how much you keep. So learn how to manage your money. Go by percentages. That's the easiest. That's the most simplest way. Simple than that. If you make $100 a month, can you live off $99? I'm sorry, $100 a week. Can you pull off that week at $99? Yeah, and then just go from there. Can you pull it off at $95? Yeah. Can you pull it off at $90? Yeah. Can you pull it off at $80? I don't know, bro. I mean, shit, that's questionable. I mean, I like to have, I like to buy a water when I'm out there, at the gym or whatever. Okay, so maybe 80. You can live off 80. Try it. Next week, you grab 20 out of the 100, you put it away. Next week, again, if you feel yourself that it's just real tight and it's just like, God, I might even be late on this bill, pull it back a little bit. Instead of 20, do 15. $15 a week. Like 15 and do it again the next week and do it again next week. Then if it's too easy, go 18. It doesn't have to be in increments of 5. Can I save $17 a week? 18. Those are my sweet spots, 18. Before you know it, it'll be at 20, believe me. Why? Because you're working on yourself. You're building yourself. You're going to start attracting more money. And a lot of your habits are going to change. And a lot of things that right now you think are necessities aren't going to be as you become better. So you're not going to be spending money on dumb stuff. You're going to be saving money because you're going to grow out of those things. I don't need that no more. I don't need so much of that no more. I could do with less. Or I could do with better quality, but it's just less. You'll have more money to save. You'll be paying attention to your money. Money's jealous. You gotta pay attention to your money. It's a relationship. Once you start paying attention to your money, you'll be able to save it. But if you don't know how to save when you're making $1 a week, You're not gonna be able to do it when you're doing 10. You gotta start now. Start learning how to save your money. Do with percentages. See if we got any questions here before I go. I know my boy Brad. I'm sorry, Morgan is in here. But let's see what else we got. Let's go to the bottom and work our way up. Let's see. Problem is the expenses will be worth it for sure. For sure, for sure. Yeah. Gotta respect the hustle. It will pay off for that. That's it. Let's see. They're in the chat, Morgan. They're in the chat. Oh, is that right? H7 UDN. You've been here for years? That's cool. Yeah, for sure. Consistency is discipline. We talked about it yesterday. You want to be consistent, be more disciplined. One subscriber at a time, sub. One subscriber at a time. We're getting there. You guys get in the chats. I love it. You know, I gotta pay more attention to my bad. My bad. I was going. I need to come on here and glance at the chat a little bit more. I'll do that. I'll do that. Especially when we're doing these pop-up lives. I gotta get more involved in the chat. My bad. F12. Let's go. Bonjour. France. Oh, hell yeah. Let's go. Oops. I'm reading in case you're wondering, I'm going through the comments real quick. Work can be many different things. It's not just earning money. Yeah, you go from earning it to attracting it once you elevate yourself. And then we're at the top already. All right, cool. Let's see if we get anything else at the bottom right here. It's simple. It's simple, but it's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Remember, what's valuable? Things that are rare. What's rare? The people that do the hard stuff. People that do the easy stuff, everybody does the easy stuff. Who scrolls on social all day long? Why? Because it's easy. Who has the discipline to say, I'm going to do it for a little while. Matter of fact, I'm going to create instead of just consume. That's hard. Not a lot of people create. Why? Because it's difficult. That's why it's rare. It's simple. You just cut down your food. You lose weight. Why doesn't nobody do it? Why does the majority of people don't do it? Because it's hard. Everybody likes to do the easy stuff. Why? Because it causes less discomfort. All right, I'll hop on later. Make sure you subscribe, share, and go check out the description for the link to the Mr. Albert Lopez crew if you want to go join the crew over there. We're doing our first call next week. I think it's the 3rd of next week, September 3rd. But go check it out. See if it sounds good to you. I'd love to have you be one of the first ones to sub and hang out. I'll get at you guys later. It'll be on this description, or my previous video already has the link in my